Let's start with the dodo that Joe talked about this morning, the hot, spicy Osun dodo.
Yes, dodo ikire.
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 Do you know dodo ikire?
Ikire.
Ikire is, I think that's Ibadan.
Palm oil. No, ikire is a place.
I ate it in Ibadan. They used to hockey dodo ikire. Yeah, I bought it there. Anyway. No, before our production team, I know what I'm saying. I'm not saying the kire is in Ibadan. I'm saying I tasted dodo kire in Ibadan because they used to hawk it and say dodo kire. Anyway, we're not talking about Ibadan, but let's bring you what's happening in Osun. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has frozen an Osun state government account domiciled with First Bank 10 days to the governorship election, which is scheduled to hold on the 15th day of August. The account, reportedly used for the payment of workers' salaries, was placed on PND, post-note debit status, by the anti-graft agency. The development came hours after Governor Ademola Adeleke alleged that the EFCC was planning to freeze the state's accounts and those of top government officials. Governor Adeleke maintained that there was no legal basis for freezing the accounts of the state government, arguing that the EFCC lacked the statutory powers to take such action. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has confirmed freezing Osun state government's accounts, saying that the action was taken after suspicious movement of public funds amid an ongoing investigation into alleged financial misconduct involving 11 billion naira. The EFCC said investigations into the finances of the Osun state government had been ongoing since March 2026 over the alleged fraudulent handling of ecology funds, intervention funds, and Federal Account Allocation Committee (FAC) allocations. The agency insisted the action was part of its statutory responsibility to protect public funds and denied suggestions that the timing was politically motivated. However, some people say, which cried in the night, a baby died in the morning. If I say Baba, you say Ngida, now you what? Now you Sabi. I will leave the floor first of all to my gentlemen, but before then I must mention that we want to hear your thoughts about this on YouTube. Do you just think it's an unfortunate coincidence, or do you think it is calculated political timing? Let us know your thoughts on YouTube. News Central TV Live is where we're streaming, but over to you, Joe.
I think before we go into it, let's still go deeper into the story. There was a press conference held yesterday. I don't know if we do have the video there. A press conference was held in Osun State yesterday while the governor was seated. It is during the press conference that he was informed. I mean, his aide informed him there and then that they've arrested a member of a staff of First Bank. And then the account had been frozen, and the governor looked and he was a bit stunned, like, oh, really? A lot happened yesterday. International and superstar, who happens to be his nephew, Davido, also was part of the presser, and he spoke to the people, the mole, and also the people there, and made it clear to them that, listen, let's just have a good election, let's not fight and all of that. I think we should just watch all of the footage, and then we can have a well-rounded conversation this morning on Breakfast Central.
Gentlemen of the press and good people of Osun State, you are all aware of the many challenges Osun people and our government have been facing in the last few months. You know of the deliberate paralysis of the local government system, the open gun attack on Osun people, and the daily harassment and arrest of ACORD members. You are aware of constant police raids and arrests of ACORD leaders for no reason and without any warrant of arrest. Several ACORD members have been killed, and 60 ACORD members have been arrested and taken to Abuja and detained without any charges. All this intimidation and attacks were carried out on the order of Gbenga over an election his candidate cannot win. As if all this were not enough, this morning we received a letter from our banker forwarding a letter from the EFCC instructing the bank to freeze Osun State government account. This
election time. I just wanted to make this point.
Oh, yes.
You know, you can pick up from there if you do have more points you wanted
I
to
guess
share.
that's it. And,
Yeah.
I mean, different legal positions on the debate is out there on whether the EFCC really has the powers or not, and whether this is interference in the elections in Osun State, because it's, I mean, the timing is too close to the elections. The same way we saw the commissioner that was picked up the other day, that his house was raided, and all the investigations seem to be one-sided, and the use of police, who people have termed lawfare, seems to be targeting the Accord Party. But let's wait and see how things pan out.
On the other hand, some would say that there were bells were ringing even prior to this election, before the build-up. Take, for instance, there were discoveries of ghost workers. Many had pointed out there were over 8,000 plus ghost workers. And that was one of the points that was highlighted. However, we also recall that the governor had invited the EFCC and the police and said, okay, come and investigate if there truly are ghost workers within my administration. Just 2 days ago, 3 days ago, civil servants and even some students were said they were receiving 20,000 naira each. Some posted the deposit, the alerts that they got from the governor, from the government house, 20,000 naira, and everybody was like, okay, fine. This is prior to the elections. Is it tantamount to vote buying? How come the monies that are being transferred to these civil servants, why is it coming now? Why is it towards the countdown to the elections? And what is he using the money for? The governor himself has been accused not just once, not just twice, but countless times regarding how he uses funds of the state. But if you look at it from that aspect or that angle, you would say, okay, fine. There's also a document that shows that the EFCC had requested to look into the account and the use of funds, especially from the government. Many said it was 2024, before 2025, and so on, that monies were being transferred. The EFCC Act 38, subsection 1 and 2, where they said they have the rights in pursuance to ask, okay, fine, where are these monies? Where are they going to? What are they being used for?
Acting on credible intelligence.
Exactly.
They feel it would be used for illicit activities.
But I also want to ask a question. So Nigerians are saying, okay, fine. If we have to balance it here, the point is, why now? Why just 10 days to the election?
Or why didn't EFCC act in this manner in other cases of graft that we've seen?
Good question. Right. So that also comes up.
Governors and
exactly.
I mean, they've mentioned Okowa, they've mentioned
Yahaya
Bello, and also Malami. Did the EFCC not see these monies flying left, right, and center?
That's another thing. So just yesterday, many have pointed that. Okay, look at the case of the former Secretary General of the Federation, Malami. Many houses. Those number of houses.
Well, some of them, it doesn't matter if some of the properties were frozen. Some of them were...
No, but they said during the process.
Order.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
They now go to the government. They said, okay, let's use governors, for instance. You mentioned Okowa as well. Exactly. And people have said, okay, fine. Didn't you see when these monies were moved, especially during the pre-election campaigns and so on?
Okay.
Over 1 trillion. Not just that, they've also gone as far as saying, okay, fine. If you want to walk this way, then let's clearly understand on whose side the EFCC
and be
is
consistent also.
And be consistent. But it's a lot happening in Osun State.
Too much is happening, and there are too many stories. I'm hoping that we can take the second story because I'm particularly interested in that one. But there have been reactions on social media, and I think our final thoughts on this would be the fact that nobody is discounting the EFCC's power to be able to freeze accounts where there's a suspicion of fraud. The 72-hour administrative window exists, but the question is, does that power extend to freezing the account that governs statutory allocation for the state, that governs day-to-day governance within the state? Is that the proper interpretation of that legal provision? I think that is where the issue lies, and the court will be in the final place to determine this, and we cannot deny the fact that the timing is rather obvious. But on YouTube, the reactions have been coming in.
A lot of it. Floodgate of reactions.
Anthony says, but wait, is this even allowed? A government that is still running, can they freeze federal accounts? This is witch hunt. Osaz says, now we know why all the governors were running to the APC. But then again, Governor Adeleke thought that by dining with the devil, he will obtain favors, forgetting that the devil only comes to steal. Oh, Right, maybe by aligning himself with the APC in some sense, I guess. All right, Prince Ajibade says, every institution that has been working before this, he has a very interesting way to describe the APC, that has been working before this APC came into power, they have destroyed. There's nothing at the moment that is working, and these people are happy. We will be here. Mr. Johnson says, you know, go fear federal power. If I tell you what is happening in our politics today is explainable, I'll be lying. He already said everything is fair in politics. That means he has backed up all the... Okay, I don't think your comment is complete. Victor Okebata says, APC is so desperate that they can do anything, no matter how unconstitutional and shameful. And Enoch Ojen says, this APC style of politics will destroy Nigeria. Nigerian is asking, why is Tinubu so interested in Osun election? We don't have proof. We cannot categorically say it is... Anyway, let me move on with the comments. Nate, you want to say something?
Yeah, the institutions of states are created as an act of parliament to serve Nigerians, not align themselves with political.
The only thing I would say...
And they should rise above board.
The only thing I would...
They shouldn't do their job.
Yes. However, the only thing I would say, when people say, oh, President Tinubu and APC, it would be great for the president to come out and speak on certain things like this, because it's unthinkable that in 2026, a governor will come out and say that members of his political party have been killed. We are not talking of chicken or goats. Even chicken and goats have value abroad. Because if you killed animals abroad, the animal life rights activists will come against you. We're talking of the lives of humans.
Zuma paid a huge fine because he kicked the cat.
Imagine. So it's unthinkable that a governor will be crying out and saying, they are killing members of my political party and nothing is being done. I think the expectation is for the president, as the leader of the country, not just the APC, to speak up against this and to condemn this, especially because narratives are flying. A lot of assumptions are being drawn.
And you need reassurance as the father of the nation. You need to, you need to address the people, the nation, and say, look, elections are coming. It's not a do or die affair. Let's conduct ourselves properly. Similar to what Davido did yesterday. I agree with you. But Felix Okechukwu here says, we will be speaking English. Why these so-called leaders will just be doing as they like.
But have you
parler français?
But have we gotten to a point where there's some things that we also need to notice, guys. It's obvious and we've come to a point that Nigerians must now either agree or disagree that thuggery is now part of our politics and elections. It's not.
People will tell you
it used to be ignored. Yes, they will say it's always been there, but now
becoming mainstream.
Now, I wouldn't say it's mainstream. It's now part and parcel. Gbenga, let's not mince words. If thugs could come out, and it started in 2023. It started ever since. Don't get me wrong, but in 2023 it became louder. And you know what we always talk about precedents. Someone will come out and say, "Don't come and vote, especially if you're from this particular tribe. If you try it, this is what will happen." And then the leader would not come out to chastise and find a way to say, no, debunk that.
Or inspire confidence amongst the
But rather what we saw was, after that statement was made, another statement was, I know I was just playing, but then again, we now saw other thugs come out to say, yes, hey, who are you voting for? They even injured someone, beat someone, and she was bleeding at the polling unit.
I mean, this is a microcosm of what we are afraid will happen in the 2027 election.
Ominous signs.
These are just their birthing pangs. And if it's not dealt with, if it's not thoroughly looked into, we are sitting on the ticking time bomb. And this is not to set any alarms off. But if a governor that is the leader of a state can come out, a governor who wields so much influence politically and otherwise, the chief security officer of the state comes out to say that his political party members are being killed and we are all just moving about like it's business as usual, then we are really in a pot of boiling water for 2027 elections. Still looking at comments, Nathan Emmanuel says, please, when did the EFCC start to investigate the management of ecological funds of a sitting governor? And then we have Okpanachi Suleiman who says, my prayers are with the good people of Osun State. I have no doubt in my spirit Governor Adeleke is going to defeat the so-called federal might by landslide. Jesus Christ is Lord forever. Okay. Prince Ajibade says, it's the calmness that is being preached that has caused all this. APC, he goes on to refer to the APC in terms that TV will not allow me to. He says they don't know what being calm is, that it is now madness, they use cure madness, meaning weary, laughing, weary.
No, and I thought
let's go to X, guys. Let's go to X very quickly as we're running out of time. On X this morning, let's see what Nigerians are saying regarding this story. Omo Agunloye says, EFCC doesn't have any right to freeze the account of the state government and the accounts of their officials. If that should be done, then it must be ordered by the court of law. This is about politics. Let's be honest, yes, that's what the law says. You must at least, the Nigerian Bar Association came out yesterday as well. They've reacted to it and they said that you must at least get a due legal process before.
So that's what I referred to the Money Laundering Act that says they can freeze temporarily for 72 hours.
Yes.
And after 72 hours, they can then go to court to make it more permanent. But the question is, does that section allow them to do this to a state government account?
Of course.
So that's what we don't know.
They'll
it's the court that will do the interpretation.
They'll take you back to 2018, where they did it to Benue State and also Akwa Ibom. And then they'll take you to 2019, where they did it in Lagos State as well. So they'll take... Anyway, let's read more comments. I do not blindly support any politician. President Tinubu should remain impartial in the Osun election and allow the governor to govern without interference. The APC government at the center should refrain from using federal agencies to intimidate the Osun state government. Even President Tinubu himself stated recently that everything is fair in politics. If the government wishes to use Osun State funds, if the governor wishes to use Osun State funds to influence voters by distributing money that rightfully belongs to the people, it is considered fair. Wow. Did you see this angle, guys? This has occurred even in the most exemplary democratic nations. The last time I checked, it happened in Ekiti. Official EFCC must stay clear. That's another point someone just raised there. Is it right? Has it been done before? Is it usual? Let's take this one. Now, while the APC wants to take over Osun State with everything that they have without looking back, I blame Adeleke for openly endorsing President Tinubu for second term. Even after Tinubu removed local government funds, he didn't learn anything. That's what he says. That's Obiahu Emmanuel Egu. But that's all. That's all we're going to take in terms of reactions coming from that story.
Oh, I can't believe
it's
you
something
take
that
the
we
second
must take. The second story.
Are you a mommy's man? Please, even if it's...
Run through.
Okay, run through it, Olive. Let's give it to you to run through. Just run through that second story briefly in 1 minute, because it's just,
and people have also called on the EFCC to also investigate the source of the funding of this story that Olive is about to share. The EFCC investigate everybody.
All right, the Youth Wing of the All Progressives Congress has officially launched the Mommy's Men movement. And this Mommy's Men movement is a campaign platform inspired by the mentorship and the leadership, of the First Lady, lovely First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. And now this initiative was unveiled after she donated buses to strengthen youth mobilization.
Brand new buses. Brand new buses.
And it was designed to rally young Nigerians across the country in support of President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda and his 2027 re-election bid. Party youth leaders say the movement reflects the First Lady's role in shaping and mentoring young leaders, turning what they describe as boys into men, e.g. boys to men. And they have pledged to intensify grassroots engagement. So you can see the vision statement there. If you can take it, Joe, please tell us about Mommy's Men
movement is a national network of Nigerians united by admiration for the First Lady's values of family, service, dignity, compassion, and committed to advancing the renewed hope vision and supporting President Bola Tinubu's 2027 re-selection. Are you a mommy's man, Gbenga?
Gbenga, are you a mommy's man?
I'm a dear man, men supporting men.
So you're not a mommy's boy? No, mommy's man, sorry.
I'm a mommy, my own mommy that gave birth to me, yes. I'm a mommy's man.
So...
my biological mommy.
I don't know how I feel about this, again, because I think that the First Lady has a thing for giving out vehicles. Recall that she gave the APC women leaders not too long ago
new
cars as well, and told them that this one is
Davido.
Davido.
Stop buying Ferrari. if this money was channeled into primary healthcare centers and education, I think
Being an ambulance.
more impact or
Ambulances.
The summary of
I
it
mean,
is...
it's a campaign organization within the APC for them to do their things, and it's family business.
It really is family business. But the truth is, like we always say, if we do the work and actually lead, the result will speak for itself. Res ipsa loquitur. You will not need to work too hard.